Welcome to this week's special presentation titled Riding the Wave with the Trading System Viewer. My name is Todd Shaffer, Manager of Research for VectorVest, and I'll be your presenter this evening. Riding the wave is a trading technique Dr. DiLiddo first introduced in 1998 and was used to manage a model portfolio in VectorVest for many years. In it, we ride the wave of market movements, buying rising stocks when the market's rising and selling falling stocks in falling markets. VectorVest has continued to improve this process over time, and we make it easy to do. I always like to share resources and build context for these presentations. I found this great essay from June 19th of 2009. It was titled, Update on Riding the Wave. It's a nice recap of the technique as we were using it at that time. So we pick up the essay where Dr. DiLiddo writes, it's also a good time to review and update the procedure we will use. Here are the basic steps. Step 1. Best strategies. First of all, we'll identify the 5 strategies that we believe are the best ones to use under current conditions. We give you 5 strategies instead of 1 because we do not want to move the market. Previously, we had only identified 1 strategy that we would use, and we started to move the market with all of our subscribers jumping into that 1 strategy. So we changed it to a choice of 5 separate strategies, but all of those strategies were identified using quick tests to identify the best performing strategies in the current time frame. We have also discovered that being open to using more strategies increases your chances of picking a really big winner. Step number 2, examine the strategies. Before the market opens on Monday, use the Unisearch and quick test tools to see how each strategy has performed recently and what kinds of stocks they've been finding. Are they right for you? If not, it's okay to cherry pick a list of stocks that are more to your liking. Step 3, watch the futures. The futures give an indication of whether the stock market is likely to open higher or lower. Since we're planning to go short on Monday, we want to see the futures on the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ go down. This information is available on TV as well as the internet. Please note the market doesn't always do what the futures indicate. Step 4, watch the market open. The key to making a good entry is to make sure the market is going in the direction you want. All sorts of things happen as the market opens. It often reverses course in early trading, so it's best to wait 30 to 60 minutes to get an idea of what it wants to do. And then steps 5 and 6 were to find the strategy with the best performance and cherry pick from that strategy the best performing stocks. With the development of the Derby tool, the process evolved again. Instead of having to run quick tests for all the searches every day, the Derby tool tracks the performance of over 200 searches on an intraday basis and compiles results over multiple time frames. This is a system that identifies the searches with the best 1- and 5-day performance reported in the daily views. I found this recap on January 6th of 2012. The Riding the Wave portfolio. This portfolio is strictly for aggressive investors looking for quick profits. It involves a lot of trading and goes long and short as the market trend dictates. It will be comprised of stocks taken from 1-day and 5-day Derby winners. I cherry-pick these stocks by looking for the best performers with smooth rising price patterns. I prefer to trade stocks with prices greater than $5 per share. Of course, Derby subscribers can use much more sophisticated methods of analysis too, but their underlying concepts remain the same. First, determine market direction. Identify the best performing searches, which will point you toward the best performing stocks. Review the searches and cherry-pick your favorite stocks. Trade them on follow-through of the market and the individual stocks themselves. Once you have this concept in mind, it's a much easier step forward to appreciate what the Trading System Viewer is doing. So let's move into the Trading System Viewer by going to the Viewers tab and then selecting Trading System Viewer. I'll close my little toolbar, and you can notice now that we have these trading systems that are running in real time. I've sorted them by 1 month, but we're measuring their performance then on 1 month, 3 month, 1 year time frames, and year to date. So by sorting the results by 1 month descending, I've brought to the top of the list the trading systems that have the best performance over the last month. That's our shortest interval in this tool as opposed to the 1-day and 5-day results we were looking at in the views every day from the Derby. So let's look at the top 5 or so trading systems and see how we might apply this using that same kind of riding the wave methodology. Our top performer, 5G Revolution. So these are 5G stocks, so Immediately my mind goes to, well, I want a diversified portfolio a little bit, so this will be concentrating on 5G stocks. It's an aggressive trading system using the RT Kicker combo timing system, and it's up 29.5% this month. And if I look at the Spark chart, notice how essentially its performance has been relatively flat for the year, but has recently really spiked higher. So you might contrast that with Midas Touch trading technique, which is our second portfolio, which has a more persistently rising Spark chart, which is also performing well in this last month. But let's look at 5G Revolution. If I click on it, and then I click on Trading System Details, if I click on the Trading System Rules and I have access, I can see that we're using the 5G-RT search and the Profit Locker stops. I can come back over to the Unisearch tool. Let's sort alphabetically. And let's just scroll down to the 5G-RT copy search. Here are the search parameters. It looks for stocks that are in the 5G watch list that have a buy rating, and it sorts them RT descending. So if I ran that search today, these are the stocks that would come up in the list. Now these are all 5G related stocks, but I'd be curious to know how much diversification I have within that list. So on a specialized list like this, you may want to cherry pick to make sure you have a diversified stock offering. That being said, let's use Quick Test to see how it's been performing recently. So let's just go back to the last confirmed up call, and we'll run the search on that date. On that date, it only found 4 stocks that met the criteria. We'll quick test them to current. The 4 stocks are up 20%, well outperforming the VVC. Of course, you can test multiple time frames, but if you like what you see, you can simply just run the system or come back to the search and run it on the current date to get today's candidates. And then simply add them to a watch list or cherry pick from that list and add just your good candidates to a watch list. So I right click, I click add to watch list, and we'll just add them to the My Stocks watch list. From here, if I go back to the Viewers tab and go to My Stocks watch list, here are all the candidates. And from here, I can look at their graphs, cherry pick the best, and eliminate the ones I don't like, and then come to this watch list and watch the performance of these stocks from the markets open on the next session. Of course, I can also take these stocks and put them into a quick folio and watch their performance in a quick folio, and it will track the performance of the individual stocks as well as the portfolio from the open. So that's the process in overview. If I go back to the trading system viewer, our second portfolio was the Midas Touch trading technique. Now this particular trading system requires that you have taken a course. So you won't have access, unless you've taken the course, you may not have access to the details of this search, but I know that it's using Midas Touch stocks. So again, I can go to the Unisearch tool and just search for Midas Touch searches by clicking M. There are several Midas Touch searches within the program, or I can simply go back to the Viewers tab and go to the Midas Touch watch list. It's in the cherry picking folder. And here are a list of today's Midas Touch stocks. Let's roll it back to that same confirmed up call date. And quick test the top 10. Up 18% versus the VVC up 4%. And again, I can either run that search if I was using the Unisearch tool or just bring my watch list back up to today's current date. Looking at the top 10 stocks, then I can simply add them to my watch list. Now here I'm combining these 10 stocks with the 10 stocks I found from the 5G watch list, which is another way that you can utilize this technique. And now I have 20 stocks in this watch list, and they're all sorted by VST descending. Our third best performing trading system in the trading system viewer is ruler stocks. Again, looking at the details, this trading system uses the search by the same name, ruler stocks. And so again, I can simply run over to the unit search tool, and let's look for ruler stocks. This search looks for stocks whose growth rate is in excess of 14%, has an RS value greater than 1.4, minimum price and volume requirements sorted by the best combination of relative safety and growth rate to the top of the list. Here are your stock candidates for today. Again, how have they been performing over this past month? Up 11.93% versus 4% for the VVC. But I want to point out that using this search, you're looking for some high RS stocks. Very solid fundamentals for these particular stocks. And they're being favored by the marketplace right now simply by virtue of the performance of the portfolio. Going back to the viewers, our next candidate is Moneymaker, but if we take a look at the trading system details, we're using the Moneymaker search with a trailing 15% stop loss. Let's go to the Unisearch tool and look for the search Moneymaker. Here we're looking for stocks with an RS value greater than 1, average volume greater than 100,000 shares, and buy rated with no pricing restrictions. We're sorting that list RS descending. If I run that search back on the confirmed up call date and quick test the results here, we're up 12% versus the 4% performance from the VVC. And if we run that currently, here's our list of candidates for today. Again, solid RV and RS scores in this search. And we can add them to our watch list. And then let's go for an even 5. We'll go back to the Viewers tab, Trading System Viewer, High VST plus YSG stocks. Again, a conservative portfolio. But let's take a look at the Unisearch tool because this is another great illustration. High VST plus YSG stocks. Look at the parameters. We see that we're looking for stocks that have a VST score over 1. They also have a dividend yield, yield safety and growth score greater than 1. RS above 1.25, growth rates greater than 10%, minimum price and volume criteria, and we're sorting the strongest combination of VST and YSG analysis to the top of the list. Because we're looking for YSG analysis, that means the inference is that these stocks all pay dividends. So let's rock this back to our confirmed up call date. And we'll quick test the top 10 here. So here we see a result where we had 5 winners, 5 losers. We underperformed the broader market, but this is also a different approach. If you're looking for dividend income, remember, we're looking for these yields, right? That may be something that's right up your alley, and you found a great performer as a conservative investor who's looking for dividend performance. And again, you would simply After your analysis, run this back to the current time frame. And add your candidates to your watch list. So there we have several good examples of how the trading system viewer is finding for us the best performing strategies in the near term. You already have a proven trading system, or you can cherry pick your favorites and simply watch their performance in the watch list at the next market session. We at VectorVest believe in riding the wave of market movements, buying rising stocks when the market's rising, and selling falling stocks in falling markets. VectorVest has continued to improve the process and makes it easy to do with world-class market timing, stock analysis, and trading systems. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.